In this video, I will show you how to increase loot on your Unturned server. We will make zombies drop 3 items instead of 1, mega zombies drop 15 items instead of 5, and make more vehicles and items spawn naturally in cities and other locations. So let's get started. Start by logging into your server control panel and enter File Manager. From there, navigate to Servers, Unturned, and open config.json file. The config.json file contains game settings organized into several main sections, which are Browser, Server, Unity Events, Easy, Normal, and Hard. If your text editor supports it, I recommend collapsing all of those sections so you can more easily navigate throughout the file. Now, before we can modify the loot, you need to determine what difficulty mode, easy, normal, or hard, is set on your server. As you can see, each of these difficulty modes have its own section, and the server uses configuration of the mode that is selected. By default, every server uses the normal difficulty mode, but if you are unsure what difficulty mode is your server using, you can check the in-game menu in server description box. Once you know what difficulty mode is set on your server, in my case normal, expand the equivalent section in config.json file. You will see it has dozens of options grouped into categories. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will be only editing the first 3, which are items, vehicles, and zombies. Let's start with items. Depending on the difficulty mode, the default value will be different, but for normal mode, the default spawn chance of items is 0.35, which means items will spawn in 35% of available spawn points on the map. The PEI map at the time of making this tutorial had 2,462 item spawn points. Setting the spawn chance value to 0.35 would mean that around 35% of it, 861 items would spawn around the map. If you set spawn chance to 0, there will be 0% chance for items to spawn at any of the spawn points, but if you set it to 1, it will mean 100%, so every time, items will spawn at every spawn point. Because in this tutorial we want the server to be 3 times loot, I will set the spawn chance value to 1. If you set it to 1.05, it wouldn't make any difference because there are limited numbers of spawn points on every map, so the value should always be between 0 and 1. Let's go to vehicles. This section doesn't have a spawn chance option even though vehicles have spawn points on the map like items. Their spawn rate is limited by a different value which is called max instances. There's a max instance option for each size of the map. There aren't any official maps on tiny size, but for small size there are Alpha Valley. For medium there's PI, Washington and Yukon, for large there's Russia and Germany, and for insane there's AMIO, which is a workshop map. On the server I will use in this tutorial, I have a Washington map, so I need to change max instances medium value from 16 to 48. This means that as long as the number of all vehicles on the whole map, including those already logged by players and hidden in their garages, is less than 48, vehicles will spawn naturally. Remember that the map number of vehicles is also limited by the number of spawn points on the map. For context, PI has 95 vehicle spawn points and Washington has 103. Finally, let's get to zombies. Find min and max drop fields there. Their default values are the same in every difficulty mode. Min drops and max drops are for normal zombies including crawlers, sprinters, flankers, burners, and spitters. Min mega drops and max mega drops are for mega zombies, and min boss drops and max boss drops are for boss zombies, which don't spawn by default. For the ×3 loot server, I will be setting the min and max drops to 3, min and max mega drops to 15, and min boss drops to 24 and max boss drops to 30. Remember that the max number of items that can drop from the zombies is limited to 100. So if you have a 100 times loot server, you won't be able to make mega and boss zombies drop more than 100 items. Which is fine because 100 items from one zombie already is too much. The last thing you should do is increase the loot multiplier of horde beacons. At the bottom of zombies category you will find beacon rewards multiplier field. I will simply set the value to 3.0 and this will make horde beacons generate 3 times more loot. After that, save the file and restart the server. If you encounter an error like this or similar when starting the server, it means that config.json file is invalid and you need to fix it to be a valid JSON syntax. You can read from the error log exactly the line and position of where you made the mistake, but if you have trouble fixing it by yourself, this is something that ChatGPT can easily fix for you. All you have to do is just go to chatgpt.com, upload config.json file and tell it to fix the config file. And it will tell you where and how to fix it. If the server loaded successfully without any errors, go in-game to check if your changes to config.json file have applied. In server menu page, configuration box, you should see the values you have set. I will join the server to show you that it's working. And as you can see, a normal zombie dropped 3 items. And that is it for this video. I really hope that you guys did learn something new. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below or join the Discord, which will be listed in the description below. And thank you so much for watching.